Hey, Zoom, we need credentials.
Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. Who we are a digital leader lifestyle where we are a unique place for digital leaders to enhance and grow every day. We have set the target of completing 200 book summaries in the entire year. On this journey, we have completed 4 book summaries in this week. Let us see the summary in terms of revision. 4 books that we have covered in this week are option B, The Rise of Superman, Move Your Bus, and You Are Not Your Brain. These are the 4 books we have seen. I recommend you to take lots of water and keep hydrated yourself. And let us move on further. Further. I recommend you to take digital notes or physical notes when I was telling to write down something and share in the comments below once you have seen completely. Let us see the option B. This book is the personal story of Cheryl. She lost her husband. She lost her husband. Just a minute, I'll move it all. Yeah, fine. And when she lost her husband, she felt blaming herself, and a lot of things happened in her life. So then afterwards, she come up with the idea of option B, which lead her life with the help of 3 P's to lead her life with the resilient. So what are the 3 P's that she learned from the option B are personalization, pervasiveness, permanence. Write down these 3 things in your paper or digital notes. Personalization means do not blame yourself for any mistakes you have made. And the second P stands for pervasiveness. Your sadness should not affect every other area of your life. You might get sadness due to some incident. You might be feeling misery over there, but it should not affect any another area of your life. And the third P that you need to deal with is permanence. If some incident happened, that incident should not give you long-term impact. Whatever the incident happened, you need to make it as a short-term impact and you need to move on further in the life. So that's 3 things you need to learn from your traumas, whatever traumas you have gone through in your life. So you need to deal with these 3 things. Never blame yourself. Make sure your sadness is not affecting another areas, and make sure your sadness does not give you long-term impact. Personalization, pervasiveness, permanence. Grounded hope speeds up the healing process, which you can find by spending time with others. If you want to heal from trauma, try to find that grounded hope, which you can find from by spending time with others. Be a panic button for grieving friends and offer specific help. By offering specific help to someone else will help you in return. We have seen the 8 chapters in this book, option B. I recommend you to write down that notes, as in notes. We have seen how to stay resilient by doing exercise or by doing workouts. Kick elephant out of the room. Your mind is not your dustbin. Kick elephant, whatever the elephants in the dustbin, out of the room. And the third powerful chapter is the platinum rule of friendship. Have one friend or accountability partner where you can share everything very closely. And the self-compassion and self-confidence are the another 4th chapter we have seen, where you need to be compassionate on yourself and build your confidence on whatever tasks you perform. After that, we have seen the 5th chapter, bouncing forward. Life throws you challenges. You need to bounce forward and fail and learn at work. After that, we have seen in the 7th chapter, the raising resilient kids. Parenting is very tough when it becomes a single woman and losing her husband. And she has gone through a lot of challenges raising kids. and raising kids to become resilient, to stay balanced in any stage, or to handle every situation or every challenge that life throws. So that is the critical task that Cheryl explained, that how to raise the resilient kid and find your meaning and joy. How do you do that? By practicing gratitude and mindfulness. By doing these two things, you can find your meaning and you can find out your joy of doing. So these are the 8 chapters of this book that we have covered from this powerful book, option B. Let us see the next book, The Rise of Superman. We have seen how any player become into the flow state, or how you can become the flow state and why the flow state is important. When you are in the flow state, there will be 5 neurochemicals are released in simultaneously. You need to note down the 5 neurochemicals which are important to enter into you enter into flow state, or you enter into the massive focus state. Let us see what are the 5 neurochemicals. These are the 5 neurochemicals: dopamine, norepinephrine, anandamide, endorphins, and serotonin. What are these neurochemicals? Let us see each and everything. Dopamine excites you with new ideas. Whatever you are into the life journey, dopamine excites you with the new ideas to do something more, to come up with the more and more new things, and sharpens your focus. So dopamine sharpens your focus. The second neurochemical is norepinephrine, which gives you energy and attention on the task that you are going to do. So if you don't have high energy, you will not come into the flow state. Imagine the Mahendra Singh Dhoni hit the 183 mark in Sri Lanka match in the earlier days before he is entering into the full format. He said that drinking 1 liter of milk gave him energy and attention to hit the 183 mark. So you need to have energy and attention towards any task, so that you will have that norepinephrine, which helps you to enter into the flow state. The third chemical is anandamide, which helps you make more connections in neurons and be creative. In the cricket field, sometimes you need to come up with the new creative ideas, like helicopter shot or any another new shots that you can make it. That's how you need to imbibe the anandamide neurochemical, to make more connections and be creative. The fourth chemical that helps you to become flow state is endorphins, which absolves you from the physical pain. Even though you are going through physical pain, you will still play for the team, or you will still play for the excellence. That is released with the help of endorphins. Sometimes we will experience these endorphins after doing heavy workouts or exercises. And sometimes if we do any work intensively, that time you will feel the endorphins released. Let us see the fifth neurochemical, serotonin, which your face will appear as a glowing face, or you will feel glowing as after achieving some milestone. Like if you in the cricket field, if you hit the century, you feel that glowing memory or glowing feeling. So that glowing feel will be released when you are in the flow state only. So remember that when you are in the flow state, these 5 chemicals will be released simultaneously: dopamine, norepinephrine, anandamide, endorphins, and serotonin. So we have seen what is the reason behind the flow state. Now, for flow states to happen in your life, you need to switch off your brain. Some parts of your brain has to be switched off, not switched on, and you need to improve or sharpen your focus on the task that you are doing. When your focus flows, your task grows, whatever it may be. Or when whatever the task milestone you have set for, it will be shined only when your focus is flows. What we think is possibly changes every time we see a new achievement, which is why flow is so important. If you hit the century, the next target will be the double century. So in the same way, what we think is possible changes every time we see a new achievement. We have seen the example of 4-minute running race. Few people thought it will be tough to complete the running race within 4 minutes of 100 miles, and one person did it within 4 minutes. Later on, many people achieved that and achieved the milestone within 3 minutes 50 seconds or 3 minute 40 seconds. Like that it was achieved. So never think this is the only possible. There will be always a scope of improvement. The Rise of Superman says that you need to enter into the flow state to achieve your milestones. Let us see the third book that we have seen, Move Your Bus. If you imagine how do you move your bus, there will be in the bus, there will be a lot of people. In the same way, there will be a lot of people in your organization who help to move your bus into further. Have high expectations of people and make it possible for them to deliver. And remember, expectation should be there different from different level. Accept that different people perform on different levels. We have seen 5 different people or 5 different categories that your organization has. Let us see that what are the 5 categories. I recommend you to take digital notes or physical notes. These are the 5 categories which helps bus moving forward. So first category are drivers who do everything and push everyone, to do that. Like if imagine in the bus driver will be always active. Even though the passengers sleep in the night, the drivers still active. They will push everyone to do forward. That is the role of the drivers. This especially will be done managers or team leaders. The second thing is runners. Runners are nothing but like top performers who follows the driver and who follows the leaders. So runners are like nothing but like what we can call compound, the ticket collector or someone else you can imagine in the bus as a runners. Runners is simply like they are the top performers. They do whatever tasks they do. Only thing is they will not push everyone. The third category is joggers. You know, joggers, they will do consistently hard work. But only thing is they will not shine unless any extreme external force is acted upon them. Means if I want to work from 9 to 5, I'll work only 9 to 5. I will not extend my time. Those type of people are joggers. But in that time also, the efficiency matters. The efficient people are runners. Inefficient people are joggers. Means they will do their work and sometimes they are efficient, sometimes they are inefficient. And the fourth category are walkers. If you imagine walkers, how the walking people will be, they are slow and steady. Sometimes they need guidance from the higher authorities, or sometimes they will simply pass on the time. And the fifth category we have seen is riders. Means someone, they need completely watching them. If someone is not watching them, they will simply skip the work or they will simply keep the work aside. Someone has to observe them carefully. So this is the fifth category of riders. Your organization has all these 5 categories. Only thing is you need to expect something from the each and every different category. You can't expect rider to become a driver, or you can't expect driver become a rider. Each has their own roles and responsibility. Each person has their own unique strengths and weakness. So you need to expect the excellence based on the expertise. So let go of your sense of entitlement forever. So if something entitled for you, let go of your sense of entitlement. Sometimes that entitlement may lead you pride and it will lead you into the disaster in the next time. So whatever your sense of entitlement happen, let it go so that your bus will be moving forward forever. So that is the lessons we have seen. Move Your Bus says that expect according to the expertise and move forward irrespective of entitlements. And the fourth book that we have seen is You Are Not Your Brain. In this book, we have seen two powerful lessons like Hebb's law and quantum Zeno effect and 4 steps to break any bad habit. We might have some bad habits in our life. Some are hidden, some are explained, some are revealed, anything. But we need to break the bad habits. So we all have the desire, but we don't know how to do it. In this book, the author given 4-step framework to break that bad habit. The first thing we have seen is self-directed neuroplasticity, which is your go-to weapon to change your habits. Neuro means neurons, plasticity means it can take any forms. Self-directed means you need to create your own neuroplasticity so that it will help you to change your habit patterns. We have seen Hebb's law and quantum Zeno effect. What is Hebb's law? Neurons fired together are wired together. When the neurons fired together, they wire together. So that is the Hebb's law. And the quantum Zeno effect is the group of neurons combined together to release or to create certain task in the quantum effect. So that is called quantum Zeno effect. We have seen these 2 lessons in the yesterday's book summary, and we have seen the 4 steps that need to be taken care to break any bad habit. What are the 4 steps? Let us reveal. I recommend you to take the digital notes. Be aware. Second step is relabel, and the third step is refocus, and 4th step is revalue. So these are the 4 steps: aware, relabel, refocus, revalue. The first step is awareness. You need to be aware when it happened. When did it happen? And what was your situation that happened? In this powerful example, we have seen one example when the person got a new job and he became late to the office. He started having a cigarette before climbing the bus. So that delay happened. Due to that delay, it got triggered into one bad habit. So you need to aware when it happened. Second step is relabel your thoughts, whatever the negative thoughts that you have, whether it is a useless thought or whether it is useful thought. So you need to relabel your thoughts, negative thoughts, so that you will have the next step forward, that is refocus on positive activity at the time of that thought occurred again. Whenever that negative thought popped up again, you need to replace that or refocus on the positive activity like writing, drawing, or watering the plants, going out or walking out or doing exercise, something. You need to refocus on positive activity whenever the bad habit is arriving triggered. And the 4th powerful step is revalue your situation. Sometimes you might not control your bad habit, but even though you need to imbibe or embrace the situation in positive and attractive manner. You should not treat the situation as a guilty. You should not feel the guiltiness once it had happened. Revalue situation so that you can overcome the bad habit whenever it happens. So it will prevent you to not happen it further when you only revalue your situation. So these are the 4-step framework. You can use it to breaking any bad habits that you are going through still in your life. Aware, relabel, refocus, and revalue. These are the 4 books that we have covered in this week. Option B says that to stay resilient. The Rise of Superman states that become a Superman with the help of flow state. Move Your Bus says that expect different from different level of expertise. You are not. Your brain says that break your bad habits and keep moving forward. Thank you so much. Let me unmute yourself and share your lessons, or one lesson. Share one lesson so that it will be helpful for all the listeners here. Sony, over to you.
All right. So my today thing is respect. Respect is the most important element of our personality. It's like an
Okay.
investment. Whatever you give to others, it will return to us with profit.
Okay.
Yep.
Wonderful. What about you, Ravikran?
Yes, Sajil.
Share one powerful lesson that you learned from this revision.
So from this revision,
Yeah.
okay, from this revision, then I have to say something.
Yeah.
Go
From
ahead.
this, shall I take a turn?
I like this one. Move your bus, actually.
Okay.
Move your bus, the segregation of employees, na?
Yeah.
Driver and the walker. That actually awesome, actually. Somewhere, we can
Okay.
role play and then can move forward in life, and segregation. And that
Wonderful.
I like that. And then and last one, the
You are not your brain.
your brain, in that the four aware, relabel, refocus, revalue. That
Awareness.
also,
Yeah. Wonderful.
thing. And option B. Option B, actually, I not attended a session, but revision helped me. And both two are not actually attended. Option B, and then move your boss.
Okay.
Remaining.
Option B is like it's a life story. It's a story of a woman, Cheryl, who is the CEO of some powerful company, and she got her husband. She lost her husband. Then afterwards, she went into trauma, and then she find out how to stay resilient in the life. So that is called option B. Option B means she never thought of that type of plan has to come, but it happened. Okay,
And
means
Akhil, I have some misconception about dopamine. Actually, there are, you told us, no,
yeah,
dopamine,
yeah,
and now, because I heard some motivational speakers, you have to control the dopamine. So
yes.
Yeah,
See,
artificial one, which will give quick gratification, maybe that. On what context he was saying that is important.
dopamine will be released when you are in the flow state. Okay,
mm-hmm.
so if you are in the high excitement state, at that time dopamine will be released. It will be released naturally. You don't need to generate it by yourself. Okay. The only thing is, remember that it will help you. See, if you take COVID as an example,
Okay.
it helped many people. It made many people lost their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
If you treat it as a positive way, it will be considered as a great divine power. If you treat it as a negative way, it distracted many lives.
Okay.
In the same way, treat the dopamine as a good friend. Only thing is, how you utilize that dopamine is the important question.
Okay.
See, by doing sex and fuck also, you will get the dopamine. By doing exercise also, you'll get the dopamine. So which way you prefer is the most important concept.
Okay. So somewhere we see the success, we feel pride, and then we forget, we delay the things, or. what will happen? The focus will reduce in next
Yes.
or something. So in
Yes.
that case, dopamine is will distract you from the success to other thing. That's what I heard.
Okay. Suppose you did rigorous exercise or you did workout, a heavy workout. After workout, how will be your focus? Is it sharpened or shattered?
Sharpens.
So that's how the dopamine works. Dopamine will be released with the help of heavy workouts. Okay. If you do that heavy workouts by yourself, that dopamine will be released simultaneously and it will help you to sharpen your focus. Sometimes you will be lacking of focus while working. At that time, you need to do some physical exercise so that it will help you to move forward and improve your focus. Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you. Sony, again over to you. Which book you resonated with? One book.
Hello,
Yeah,
you all are frozen.
we are not frozen.
You
We are
are
in the flow state.
in that context, yes. How, yeah, I think I like that don't let your sadness affect every area of your life.
Mhm.
All right, the personalization, that was good. And don't blame yourself, not let your sadness get affected other
Mhm.
areas of your life. That's
Okay.
very powerful.
Mhm.
And it really speaks that woman had gone through so much that she not only take care of herself, but also how to raise her kids resilient.
Parenting. Yeah.
Parenting, that part is also taken care, because it's not an easy work for a single parent to take care of the world, be a breadwinner for the family as well as raise kids.
Yes.
So yeah, even even the Lord needs better half on the side to run the creation. So it's quite a lot on the single woman to shoulder all that. But yet she does, and how beautifully she has strategized in this book. It's nice.
Super. Wonderful. So I want to share one more quotation from that what I learned. The true secret of happiness. Remember, the true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of the daily life. The true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of the daily life. This was written by William Morris, and this helps me in taking forward how can I plan for the next day or how I evaluate on the particular day how I spent. Before going to bed, what are the things that I make on the day, I will revise that. So that's how it will help you in having the happiness. Okay. The true
Yeah.
secret.
Hmm.
So go ahead.
Yeah, just repeated. The true secret of happiness is
Lies in taking the genuine interest in all the details of the daily life.
Okay.
Whether you are listening, whether you are working, whether you are cooking, whether you are eating, whether you are doing exercise, whether you are praying, whether you are meditation, whatever it is,
Nice.
taking genuine interest.
Gil, can you just repeat it?
The true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of the daily life. Taking a genuine interest in all the details of the daily life. Okay. I hope so. You will take the genuine interest of your daily life so that you will improve the next week with the more potential and with more performance. Thank you so much. See you. Sorry.
Genuine interest shows by asking you to repeat this again and again. See how detailed interest we are taking.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you in another week with 4 different books. Until then, stay connected, keep progressing. We will come up with the 4 different books in the upcoming week.
Great.
So,
Happy weekend to each one of you.
happy weekend. Stay with your family and regain